This is Trip. They said they needed somebody whose mic demeanor matches how the D-League get it hype inside that ice arena. For live action analysis and highlights, you need to let your host on the mic, Mr. Reichert, be the light to lead you through life between the pipes. Incite like an encyclopedia. Look inside yourself, find the fight to compete in you. Get in while you can, the numbers doubling fast. Asses in the seats and snot bubbles on the glass. Sign your name on the line for your spot and lock it up. This is hockey. We'll see who talking tough when they drop the puck. Try to keep your teeth and knock it up. Sorry about your luck. You should probably go sit down somewhere safe and get doctored up. Turn it up loud, let it knock in your truck. Or in the office, sound waves ripple through coffee cups. Come on. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com. Let's talk it up. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com. Let's talk it up. Lace your skates up or sit back reading the tea leaves. You are now tuned into the D-League. If you ain't bumping this in your ride, you need a DD. You are now tuned into the D-League. Leave your TV, come and see it in 3D. You are now tuned into the D-League. It's the best podcast in the biz, better believe me. You are now tuned into the D-League.
Welcome listeners, my name is Scott Van Dort and I'm here on a very nice Sunday afternoon to call the Knights against the Blues, and with me I have Scott Crowther with 515 Hockey. How are you doing today, Scott?
Pretty good, how are you doing?
Yeah, very well, and I'm excited for this matchup. I'm looking at the previous meeting, and I was on hand to witness that. It was 3-2 to the Blues, close game, right down to the wire, and hopefully we can have a replication of that today. Both of these teams, we've got the Blues with 1 win and 1 tie, and we've got the Knights with yet to get a win this season, but they've got the 1 tie as well. So they're both going to be hungry for it, and they're both coming off, I don't like to say it, but relatively big losses as well. We've got the Knights losing 5-1 against the Wild Goose, and then we've got the Blues losing 5-0 against the Bandits. So they'll both be wanting to bounce back from that.
Yeah, taking a look here, we've got 2 different teams. We've got one who's got 9 goals on the year, being the Blues. We've got the Knights with 6. Both have some pretty decent scores as their leaders. We've got Patrick McFarland with the Blues with 3, and Mike Stenbrom here with 2 with the Knights. So it should be a good matchup.
Yeah, and you see those numbers, you see 3 goals and 2 goals. It also suggests there's a bit of a spread as well. Before we drop the puck, we do need to thank our sponsors. I'm going to start by thanking Sew Cherry Screen Printing and Sewing. We call them the official outfitter of CIDL, and they've done a great job this year, supplying us with those jerseys. And then in addition to that, they're helping out with custom jerseys for any sport. No minimum order. You can order 1 or you can have 50. And we also have to thank D-League Radio. They're a long-time sponsor. Sorry, D-League Radio? No, Keg Stand. They're a long-time sponsor of D-League Radio. Coming up on their 3rd year now. And have you been down to the Keg Stand,
Always.
Scott?
Love heading down there for Wednesday night rivalry.
Yep. And I ask you that rhetorical question because we've hung out at the Keg Stand once or twice.
We have.
Yeah, but it's genuinely a good time, and they've got, I forget how many beers on tap.
90 beers on tap with new tappings every week. And lastly, we're sponsored by Red Dragon Herbs. RedDragonHerbs.net. They're down at the Farmers Market in front of the Royal Mile. Tea mixes, great idea for gifts, baskets, everything. Holidays coming up. It's always a good idea.
Yep. Cold and flu season coming up as well, so there's some nice teas I know they have on hand for that. All right, we're ready to drop the puck, get this game underway, and, well, I'm excited. Let's see how this goes. All right, puck dropped, kind of pushed back into the Blues defensive zone. We've got Lyle Collins skating along around it. He rims it along the boards. It's yet to clear the blue line. And here we go. They're skating it out now. All right, it was a good pass looking for the center ice, but broken up by Etnier. And now we have Jason Weimer who's taking it up along the left wing. Again, getting kind of tackled up. It's a bit of a jostle now. We've got number 26 for the Knights kind of falling and skirting around, but we're putting in a good effort. I believe that's... who's that, 26 for the Knights?
Rachel Rusevsky. There's always
right.
A spark plug on the ice.
Yep, and she's into it already. And here they come. Ooh, that was a good shot. It went wide, top left corner, but they're still locking it in here. This is the Knights who are on the attack. Oh, Etnaya misses the keep, and he's getting back to it defensively, and the Knights clean up at center ice, kind of dump it in, and no icing on the call, so we're gonna start again with Lyle Collins from behind the net.
Definitely a couple good passings here between the two teams. Both having a little bit of trouble keeping possession, but we had a decent shot chance for the Knights. We'll see if they can continue some stuff.
Right. And the Knights are looking very good defensively at the moment. They kind of got that trap set up, and they put it into their offensive zone at the moment. We've got number 91 for the Knights, Simon Fortney. He tries to put it in front, but there's no one there in the slot. The Blues looking to clear it. Dangerous pass across center ice. And again, it ends up on the right boards. The Blues, with a bit of time, dump it in. Is that going to be icing? And we've got an icing here.
I got to tell you, the play between the blue lines here for the Knights has been very productive for them. They haven't allowed the Blues to cross into their zone yet.
Yeah.
Kind of that Reichart signature trap there in the middle. Don't call it a trap, but it's a trap.
Yep.
But got their first icing, so we'll see if they can position something here from a tired Blues team.
Yep, let's see if they capitalize on this. We've got, for the Knights, we've got Brian Mather at the face-off dot. Drops the puck, kind of goes towards the slot there, and it's still loose. A bit of a backhand on net, and the save made there. Ooh. Who have we got there? We've got we've got Damon Punsalan in net, and that was a good save. It's tricky when it goes towards the 5-hole, but he fell on it. He trapped it up, and we're going to get another face-off here. In the offensive zone for the Knights here. Again, towards the slot there. That's a good face-off win. But the Blues have possession now, and they're clearing it up the left wing. Skating it with a bit of speed here. We've got Mather for the Knights, kind of backhands it back in and says, no, thank you. You're not taking that past me today. No
Again,
icing.
A lot of success between the blue lines for them. The Blues may not be able to get it across center ice today.
Yeah, they're looking good today. Oh, this is a good puck carry out, and he's all alone if he can get through. From the left side, he lines it up. Shot goes wide to the left, but it's around the boards. Can the Blues keep it in? Bit of a jostle again. Knights clear their own blue line, tries to center it to McKee. McKee can't quite keep it in the blue line there, but here we go, the Knights again. They're looking very good today, and that's a pretty close offsides, but it wasn't offsides.
It was a good setup chance to enter the zone, but Simon Fortney got a little excited across that blue line a little bit early.
Yep, and it happens, and it's going to keep happening for a lot of this season, but we're learning the rules, we're getting better every week, and the quality of play is being enhanced every week as well.
I can tell you, I've been out here 3 weeks, and this being my third, every game has been a little bit better.
So we've got Tomo Drivers kind of just walks it in there. No one comes at him. He puts the pass across to the right. Shot on net, save there by the Blues. The Knights are trapping it in here, though. They've got it along the boards. A fan on the shot here. Again, towards the slot. That's a dangerous pass. Harms couldn't quite handle it. And again, we're talking about this neutral zone. The Knights are all over it. They look like they got all the time in the world. And as I say that, they kind of fan the defensive pass. I don't know if it's my eyes deceiving me, but it looks like there's a second puck in the defensive zone for the Knights. And as I say that, the breakaway coming the other end. He's got time. He fakes. Oh, wow. Tucks it to the backhand and just puts it past him and says, thank you very much. Oh, that's a good goal.
That was impressive with Tom with the breakaway, just putting the goaltender down in the ice and just skating right around him.
Yeah, and he did everything right. He came in, he wasn't too slow. He knew he had the time, but he slowed it down at the end and just waited for the goalie to bite, and bite he did.
He made Damon make the first move, and he didn't panic, held on to it, put it to the backhand, and buried it.
Yep, and we like to see that. The game's off to a scoring start, breaks the ice there. It's 1-0 to the Knights, and let's see how the Blues can respond here. Face off around the center circle. We've got Rachel Rosevsky kind of takes it in, dumps it into the left corner. Blues and Knights both going after it. We've got a board battle behind the net. And the Blues are going to clear it out here with some good puck handling coming out of the defensive zone. And no one's really pressuring, so he's just going to walk it in at this stage. And again, he's alone. Oh, we had a stick lift, which may have prevented a good shot there. And then it's tucked towards the slot, and it looks like it's going to be cleared out by the Knights here.
Impressive save with the left leg pad for Dan Fry down there.
Yeah, that's a good save. He's off to a good start. We've got a bit of a battle along the boards here as it clears the zone and the Blues dump it back in. They shoot towards the net, but that would have been an offsides. Etnaya tries to put it towards center ice. That's a good pass, and now it's back into the Knights' defensive zone. The Blues are looking good at this stage. They're having a few good runs. We've got Rachel, who's got room up the left wing, and a good pass forward. That's to Brian Mather, who takes it on the left, and he tries to tuck it backhand. And what happens there? I thought he was celebrating, but it was a bit of a slip and slide for a moment.
Lost a little edge, tripped over the base red line.
Yep. We'll say that was a particularly slippery line as, Rachel walks it in here, throws it on net, a bit of a deflection, but goes wide of the post. Knights with some good pressure here, and the Blues are going to want to clear this. Maybe if they have to sacrifice an icing, they just need to get it out of there for now. And the Knights keep it in. We've got Nick Reynolds who kind of walks in. He tries to tuck it over the left shoulder of the Blues keeper, but he can't get it through. It was a good shot. He had good elevation on that. Mather goes for the one-timer and can't quite get a hold of it, and the Blues say, nope, we need this out of here. Etnai gets something on it, though, so it's back in again, and we've got Rusevsky who's walking in, gets it past one Blues player. And did a good job there, but again, shot slightly wide. This is a good passage of play. And they've called it safe, and it may even hold up in time, but it's safe regardless. Etnai couldn't quite get the stick on it. And look at the Knights getting back here. We've got 3 of them, and they're saying, throw it towards the slot. We'll walk it out. That sounds good to us.
Yeah, this back checking by the Knights is phenomenal today.
Yeah. And here they walk it out. They've got a fair bit of space here, a bit of a soft pass, which is cut off very well. But again, it's picked up, and I'm not sure what that whistle's for.
Too many men on the ice.
Oh. Never like to see that penalty. And who are they going to penalize that for? Is that the Blues or the Knights getting that one?
It's going to be the Knights.
Oh, that's unfortunate. They were looking good, and I was about to say it didn't quite look like an offsides, and that's what it is, too many men. So we're going to have to decide who's taking the penalty here.
For those of you watching, though, if you're watching the Knights in their offensive zone, their active sticks are keeping them in this game and down there. They're first there. Everything that the Blues are trying to dump out, they've got a stick on it. So if you're watching at home, a good lesson to be learned there. Just keep those sticks on the ice.
Yep. And I mean that's often all you can do. Keep your sticks on the ice, keep your feet moving, and you're halfway there in terms of hockey. So the Blues are going to move to the power play here in their offensive zone. Face-off kind of goes back to the Knights. Knights get possession. It's behind the net. Hurriedly backhands it around, and it's rimmed around. We've got a Blues and a Knights player rushing towards it right now. Knights are set up positionally pretty well for this kill, but the Blues have got space if they pass it around. Kind of deflected there by McKee, and we got the Blues walking it in. Shot from the left. I think that deflected off a Blues player and didn't quite go toward the net. McKee tries to clear it with the backhand. Bit of a ricochet, and now we've got Jason Weimer who's coming up the left wing. We've got McKee in the center. Oh, shoot into the net, and Weimer into the net as well. He looks to be okay. I can see the smile from here, but that's unfortunate because there may have been a bit of a rebound there. But good play, and we've got a really good save there as well from Damon Punselin.
I don't know if you know this, but ice is slippery.
It is, yeah.
He lost a little edge there on his pretty good breakaway, and prevented that rebound chance. Buried himself.
Yep. So we've got a bit of a stoppage in play as, of course, the net has to be put back in place, and Damon looks to be okay as well. You always worry about that when you see a skater just fly into the goalie, but I think he got more of the net than he did the goalie in that instance.
He did a good job protecting the goaltender there, making sure he only gets the posts.
Yep. So the Knights with the first genuine chance as they're on the penalty kill, and they've got another shot towards the net. Almost deflected off a Blues player, kind of jostled towards the net. Is that in? Is that in? We've got a celebration here, and it looks... We've got a goal for the Knights. On the penalty kill, a man down, and they were looking good, and they've capitalized as well.
Great shorthanded goal by Brian Mather there. Stuck with the rebound, put a couple of shots off the pads before he buried it home.
Yep. And I always like when the player lets you know that they've scored as well, instead of kind of nonchalantly skating off as I do occasionally. But nope, fist up, and we know the Knights are going to be up 2-0, and that's pretty much going to be the end of the penalty that they were serving. So you don't mind getting a shorthanded goal. That's going to boost morale, and unfortunately on the flip side, it's not going to do great for the Blues morale. They're going to have to kind of pick up the pace here, try and get one back and shorten that lead.
Looks like we're not going to get her back on the ice until the puck's dropped.
Yep. All right, and we are even strength. Drivus coming up the left, and he's got time. He walks into the center, shoots just wide of the goal. Knights have a bit of time. Throw it towards the slot again. Bit of jostling there, but the Blues did a good job to clear. And now if they can handle this, they're going to have the bit of a breakaway here. Ooh, good defensive play by the Knights, and now it's pushed toward the boards. We've got a Blue player open in the center of the ice. The pass just goes slightly to his right, and he's unable to collect that. And the Knights are going to try and clear this here. We've got Mather again, who says, I'm not just going to clear it, I'm going to ice it.
I mean, in adult league, that's one way to get off the ice.
That's right, that's right.
Pretty impressive penalty kill there for the Knights. In fact, they didn't allow a shot and put 3 themselves on. So, you know, we're sitting at a matchup here with 7 shots to 1 unofficially.
Yep.
One goaltender's getting a little bit more work than the other today.
Yep, which, I mean, if you're scoring, that's not the best thing. The goalie's getting warm, but not in the way he would have liked. We've got Rachel skating up center ice here. The Blues isn't pinching. They've got the pass off to the right.
That's one way to straddle the blue line.
Yeah, but no offsides there, as Jason Weimer says, I'm going to slip around. Tries to almost go the wraparound backhand. Throws it towards the net. The Blues are all there. Can't quite keep it in, can the Knights, and so they're going to have to recover and resettle there.
And for those of you watching at home, the scoreboard is incorrect. It is 2-0 Knights at the moment.
Yep. And here we have Rachel walking in, throws it towards the net. Bit of a bouncing shot there, but doesn't quite get on goal as the goalie pushes it away. And I don't know how Damon's doing in terms of fitness, but I hope he's got a bit of cardio behind him, because he's had a busy, this is only the first half of the first period almost. And
it's impressive for the Knights, because I know you've watched a couple games.
Yep.
They're usually a second half of the period team, so seeing them pour it on early makes me worry about what's going to happen to him in the second half of this period.
That's right. And the Blues are going to, and we're saying this again, they're going to have to string it together. They've had a few good plays at speed, but the Knights' defense have been on top of everything as well, especially in that neutral zone.
Well, that back-checking forward they've got at every opportunity is really thwarting their chances.
That's right. McKee throws it behind the net. Blues are going to collect and they room it along, but it may be a keep here by the Knights. Got a bit of a jostle here. Is it out? Is it out? Nope, it's still in. And now it'll come out. The Knights are going to have to reconfigure. As Jason McIntosh in the center ice had it kind of pushed away from him there. Jason Weimer backhands, pushes it along the boards there to Simon Fortney. We've got Matt Coleman for the Blues, kind of pushes it into the boards, collects it again, but unfortunately it's taken away by the Knights. Again, they've got time behind the net. Now in the slot, they got the shot. Is that a goal? Is that a goal? Yes, it is. Again, he's letting you know. That's Jason Weimer with a goal. And he had a bit of time there, a bit of an opportunity, and he didn't just throw into the center of the goalie's pads there. He picked his spot. That was a good goal, wouldn't you say, Scott?
Yeah, Damon saw the wraparound attempt, but didn't ever get his foot to the post. And Jason saw it and put it right there.
Yep. There've been a few wraparound attempts by the Knights today, and they haven't looked bad either.
They're looking like they're going to have some success playing behind the net. So I say continue.
Yep. I've been told by a few goalies they hate it when the puck is behind the net. It's the least favorite place for it to be outside of in the net.
You get the good positioning, it's a real good chance to score every time.
Yep. Fortney skates it up, tries to pass it to McKee, and he had the puck to the tape. She couldn't quite collect, but she skates hard and gets it back. And the Blues are going to try and clear on the backhand, but we've got the Knights walking into space here. Tom Madrivas, he shoots, blocked by the Blues. That was a good defensive block there. The goalie didn't have anything to do with it. Bit of pressure here in the Blues offensive zone. Got Mather again along the boards. It's right there, right in front of the net. The rebound comes out, not quite in. The Blues shovel it towards the net again. Bit of pressure here. McKee tries to clear it, doesn't quite clear it. Got the Knights with another shot block. And that's a good clear. It should settle up before it hits. And in fact, McKee's coming down. I don't think they're going to call icing on that. That really set up and the Blues players chilled for a bit. The Knights have got that intensity. It's sitting there. The goalie's down. It somehow goes underneath him to the other side of the ice. Here the Knights come. They walk it in. They shoot. They slip. And that's a save. That's a solid save, solid positioning. Didn't give any of that post away. And again, the Knights with another offensive chance.
Great hustle by Taylor there, getting down there, making sure she got possession of the puck, and a fantastic opportunity. But the pass just didn't make it to the Knight positioned in front of the net.
That's right. And again, I've watched a few of these games, the Knights games for the year. There were quite a few icing in the first game or two, but that was a good pass off the boards to slow it down a bit as they win the faceoff and throw a backhand towards the net. The Blues clear it though, and that is going to straddle and then clear the line. The Knights are going to have to come out. And the Knights defensively, Weimer just kind of turns it around like he's got all the time, and then he says, I'm going to take on 3 skaters at once, and he doesn't take on 3 skaters at once.
Putting the body on. Took down Reed Johnson just with a small collision.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. We're playing hockey. Knights walk it in, though, and back and forth. Shot goes wide, but it almost comes out for a nice rebound. It's stuck behind the net, rimmed around. Knights with the keep on the left side. And the Blues, oh, this is a breakaway. We've got this here, and he's center ice. He's got time. He puts onto his forehand. He shoots. Oh, and it goes wide. That's a good save there.
Another gutsy move by Dan Fry. I know we've seen that a couple times in a few weeks.
Dan Fry with another save there. He's without his stick here. Knights kind of throw it towards him, throw it a bit too far, and he goes, I guess I'll go get it. It's going to be an icing. But wow, he had 2 good saves there. That first one, he got just enough of it to steer it wide, and that second one, it was all positioning.
I know in speaking to him, he likes on those breakaways when that offensive person looks just a little bit nervous. He's going to come after you because he knows you may not put it around him if you're panicking.
Yep.
Stay calm, wait for him to come at you, put it around him is your chances. But yeah, he took one right off the chest right after that. Good positioning.
Yep, he's having a good game so far, and the Knights looking good, but the Blues have had a few chances now. Faceoff goes towards the center of the ice. Rusevsky throws it. Oh, and that's a goal. What a shot there from close to the boards on a bit of an angle, but he got everything on it for the Blues. We've got Brandon Wiggins, and we're talking him up, and kind of the commentators cursed there as he scored against. But Dan Fry, he had the positioning and unfortunately just went off his chest and into the net.
Just a little bit of bad angle there after the save. Just a hard rebound off the chest.
Yep, and it was a hard shot as well. So that narrows the margin here, and they were looking good for a few players, and they're going to feel good after capitalizing on that. Let's see if it puts a bit of a spring in the Blues step here. As Etnai kind of dances along his own blue line, trying to clear it away, hurriedly throws it, and the Blues have a bit of time. Having said that, Rusevsky kind of pressures them as they walk it in, and the Knights, he's got his defensive partner. Now he doesn't have his defensive partner. It's in the slot. It's jostling around. About 5 sticks on the puck there, and it didn't get towards the net. Was that Wiggins again throwing it towards the net? He tried to go for goal 2.0, and unfortunately he had it a bit wide, but the Blues are keeping it here. We've got a bit of time for Etnai to throw it off the boards, and that's a good clear. By the Knights there, we have Nick Reynolds who's trying to pressure the puck carrier, but the Blues now are in the neutral zone having a few good looks. We've got 45 seconds left in the first period. And I would say the quality of play has evened up a bit here as we've got a Blues player on the left wing who's going to have a shot from the left side, walks it in a bit, and another Knights block shot, but it's empty. Oh. There's a few good plays there. And the Knights are going to try and couple it with a good play of their own. They walk it up the right wing, they dump it in, it's stuck behind the net. We've got Damon who throws it to a Blues player. Etnai with a good keep there, and he's still got the keep. We've got 10 seconds left in the period. The Blues may just want to ice it, because otherwise the Knights are going to have another genuine chance. They throw it towards the slot. Oh, can't quite. Close towards the skates of a Knight player, and then another shot from the left point. And the Knights finish with a bit of intensity there. No shots actually on net, but a few shots thrown towards the goal line. Wow, that was a good period.
It was a great period. It started off really dominated by the Knights, but the Blues came back with some shots of their own and found a way to put one in.
Yep, and unfortunately I haven't caught too many Blues games this year, but I can say from watching the Knights, as you mentioned earlier, they've had a few slow starts where they haven't really strung it together until maybe even the second period. But wow, they came out on fire today, and the margin 3-1 to the Knights at the end of the first.
Yeah, we've got unofficially, I've got 11 shots for the Knights and 6 for the Blues. So Dan Fry down there, besides the one that went in, sitting at a pretty good margin with 5 saves.
Yep, yep. And good saves as well. Like, he's had a few breakaways that have come in. He's collected the rebound as well. Just as you said, unfortunate angling on that one goal. He'll want to have that one back. He'll get that most days of the week, but he'll be happy with his first period performance, I believe.
And although Damon's let 3 in, he's still, I mean, it's volume poured onto him. He's still got 8 saves. He's looked pretty good, just a couple little tweaks there, and I don't see him have any more issues.
Yep.
Especially if his team can get it into the other zone, he can take a breath and set up for the next run.
Yeah, and as he's jumping onto the ice there, Damon, I see Brandon Wiggins patting him on the back and saying, we're going to try and help you out a bit more this period.
Yeah, a little bit more back checking, maybe a little bit more aggression in the offensive zone should help him out a little bit.
Yep.
Obviously, in the spot, we're brought to you by several great sponsors. We've got So Cherry, who's provided all the jerseys here. I know I've personally had some conversations with them. They're great. No minimum order. You can order 1, you can order 50. They're great.
Yep, yep.
Also brought by Keg Stand. As you know, great sponsor, great beer, great opportunities. You can watch many games on the 15 big screen TVs. And lastly, Red Dragon Herbs. Great teas, loose leaf. If you're aficionado, check them out at the farmers markets.
Yep. Yeah, and we are very appreciative of our sponsors here at D-League Radio. They give a lot to us, and we need to give them a shout out in return. And I'm looking at all 3 of these companies, and I mean, I feel good about each one of them. So thank you for your support. As we're talking with the sponsors over the actual play of hockey for a moment, we had the Blues take it into their own into their offensive zone, and then the Knights clear it out with an icing.
It looks like Etner took himself a penalty here.
Oh, and I missed that entirely. I saw the icing, but I did not see the Etnaya penalty.
I did as well. I did not see what they called there.
Yeah, well...
Wait for the information to come up to us.
That's right, and the Knights with the face-off win, but they spend a bit too much time jostling along. The Blues with a good keep there. Got Steve Berdovic with a backhand attempted clear from the Knights, but not enough power behind it. On net, is there a rebound? No rebound whatsoever.
Great save there by Dan, making sure he didn't give any rebounds up.
Because Reed Jensen was right there winding up. He had his stick on the ice. He was ready for even the slightest of rebounds. And nothing. He dived on top of it. That's a great save. Penalty clock winding down. We've got Etnaya and, as you said, the box of shame over there. Knights try to win the face-off, but the Blues have got a bit of the puck and then, can't quite keep it in there, and that's going to clear all the way down to the other end of the ice.
We had
good defensive play.
2 minutes for hooking called.
2 minutes for hooking. Okay. Oh, and that's unfortunate. We had 2 players. That was a very good look, a very good pass attempt, and couldn't quite hit either of the players on the right wing there, and now the Knights are going to take it in. Tries to throw it towards the center of the ice, doesn't hit any Knights players. In fact, the Blues take it away, and the Knights are going to dump it forward again. We've got a bit of back and forth tennis play here, a bit of intensity coming from both sides. The pressure is on. The Blues regroup, pass it up to the left of center ice. We've got a player on the right wing. Number 19 takes it, he walks it in, he gets it very close to the slot, and we've got another shot blocked by the Knights. Are we keeping those advanced statistics? Because they've had a few now, and they're going to walk it out. Doesn't even need to ice it because he's got some time, and he's walking in here. He comes into the center ice. Puck handles, wheels it back. Oh, and it goes through the 5-hole, I believe, maybe under a pad, and it's in the net.
That was Michael Steinbrom extending his team-leading goals to 3 now.
Whew. And that was a good goal. I know it's so easy when you're on the penalty kill to look up and go, dump it, but no, he looked up and he goes, you know what, I can beat these guys. And he ran it down, took it to the center ice, a few puck handles, and he just, I believe he went 5-hole, or at the very least got under the pads.
He made the initial save, but he couldn't squeeze it hard enough, and the puck squirted through into the net.
Yep. So the margin will be up to 4-1, and they've got 2 goals now while on the penalty kill. They may just want to send Etnaya right back in there.
They seem to be better on the short-handed.
Yep. Bit of pressure there. That's going to be an icing from a Blues player. Threw it down the boards. There was a Blues player there. Couldn't quite get a stick towards the puck. So it's going to come all the way back down to their own zone. I believe that was Brandon Wiggins for the Blues.
I was just going to say the Blues really seemed to start control of that period, but that short-handed goal really tilted it quickly.
Yep. Something we haven't mentioned yet, I'm only just looking up now, we've got 7 players on the Knights bench and we've got 5 players on the Blues bench, so they're going to want to shorten this margin before it gets too late into the third period. Hopefully before then, as the pass goes towards the Blues offensive zone. We've got a bit of a foot race here, and the Knights player number 53, Michael Steinbronn, he's going to clear it away and rim it around. Blues with the keep, though, at the point. Wow, that was a blistering shot. Went just wide, though. And so the Blues, they've got 4 players here in the neutral zone.
You know, the way he took that shot, I think they need to start playing some more from the point. He's got a rocket.
Yep.
You might as well just feed it up, play an umbrella, and look for rebounds.
That's right, that's right. And the Blues there, they had a bit of time, but again, we're not going to call it the Reichart trap, but they're a bit of a neutral zone trap by the Knights there, and the Blues tried to do a long stretch pass, and unfortunately, we're going to have an icing. Ref drops the puck. The win goes for neither team towards the wings, but now the Knights have it. They try to center it inside, and they're going to walk it in here. They've got it towards center ice. Good positioning there by Damon Punsalan, and he says, nope, you're not getting that through me 5-hole this time. I've got you, and that's a good save. A few bodies in front of the net as well, so he'll be happy with that one.
It was a great save through traffic. Was able to keep his eye on the puck and keep his positioning square to it, so he was there to make the save.
Yep. And there's a bit of that awkward height where it's not quite along the ice, but you know, it's not high enough to really just have your glove hand ready, but he stifled it, and no rebound, which has been very important in this game. Got Weimer with the face-off win. Puck comes towards the slot for about half a second and gets pushed out to the Knights point, and that's going to clear the blue zone, blue line rather. Knights defensively have a bit of time here. He looks for his D partner, kind of fakes to his D partner, and ooh, he didn't quite clear the blue zone there. Got a very high snapshot, borderline slap shot that went towards the net, and he's going to follow it up with a rebound. Do we have a glove save? Where is that puck? He's looking.
It is glove save.
Makes you nervous. We had Dan Fry there. He kind of looks back and goes, is it in my net? Nope, joking. It's in my glove.
I'm not sure he knew where that was, but definitely hit him in the palm.
Yep, that's a save. A save's a save.
A little bit of taunting there. Look what I found.
Face-off in the Blues offensive zone here. Knights win the face-off back to their D-man. Throws it up along the boards. Was that a keep? That was a very good keep because that was at a weird bouncing high angle for the defensiveman there. And he's throwing it back into his zone. Knights, however, have a bit of time, skated around behind the net, draws a player, passes up along the boards. We've got 2 Blues players there, and one of them's going to walk it in. And was that a trip? No trip. And the Knights are going to have a genuine chance here. He's got his man if he throws it back, but and sometimes that's a good play. Everyone's waiting for the pass, myself included, anticipating that pass, and then just quickly throw it on the net.
That was a great chance there. Had he gotten that pass back there, I think they may have had a goal because he was well positioned on that post, but a nice little back pass would have left that whole right side of that goal open for him.
That's right. The hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah, I'm not down there. I'm up here.
Yep. Very easy from up here. Face-off. Win by the Knights again. They've had a few wins this afternoon rather. Knights at their point. Throws it towards the net. Rich Harms couldn't quite get a stick on it. Oh, we got a bit of jostling here. Are they going to call a penalty?
We are. We've got a delayed call.
And honestly, I don't know who it's on because it looked like a bit of mutual jostling. But I'm going to imagine it's against the Knights because the Blues player fell over or perhaps was pushed over in the end. Is that against Mather?
Looks like we're getting 2 minutes for elbowing here.
Yep. And as I said initially, I wasn't quite sure who it was on because it was a bit of back and forth jostling, and I was wrong. It's being called against the Blues.
So we've got a 2-minute penalty here. I called on Steve Berdovich. Yeah. Initial call, it looks like, 2 minutes for holding.
Holding, that's right. Well, the Knights have looked very, very good on the penalty kill, and now they have a power play and probably don't really know what to do with themselves here, but they're going to try and score a goal, I imagine.
It looks like they're going to try to play this from the point with as far back as they've got their defenseman prepped.
Yep. Towards
Rich
Harms was that. He almost had a bit of time to get away the shots, but the Blues pressured him. Bit of a soft attempt to get it out there. Keep by the Knights. We've got 3 of the Knights in the corner, so when the wind comes out to the Blues, they've got all the time in the world to not softly throw it down to the other end of the ice. That is a weird little rebound there. Dan Fry, you almost got a save on that one when kind of caromed off the boards there. And the Knights have a bit of time. McKee throws it to the center, hoping there's someone trickling through. And unfortunately, the Blues have all the time in the world just to dump it to the other end.
Someone was out here practicing off the boards because he's hit the same spot twice, and both times he's had to make a play on it.
McKee walks it up. The Blues defenseman giving him a fair bit of room now. She's got two Knights players to the left. The Blues with a good defensive play there. Number 19 for the Blues, Jack Brachetto, with a good keep. Now we've got Brandon Wiggins with a bit of time. He may as well hold on to it. There's no one coming at him as Mathers skates towards him. Oh, and that is a good pass. The Blues walk in. We've got defensive pressure and a bit of a push to the glove side. Goes wide again, and then here we go. We got Brian Mather. It's one-on-one with the defensive player, and can he get it through? Yes, he can. He goes to the weak side, shoots. Puck along the ice there, and a fantastic save by Damon Albarn, and he's going to go for the wraparound again, maybe the third attempt of the day by the Knights. I don't know if they worked on that in practice or something, but wow, they're looking good from behind the net.
It was very aggressive there on the penalty or power play with that chance to walk it in, and skated right past the defenseman, took a shot, and they stuck with it, made sure they got the passes back to the trailing teammates for another attempt.
Yep, and I don't know what last name I gave Damon about 30 seconds ago, but that was Damon Punsalan with the save. I gave him something starting with an A, which isn't even anywhere on this sheet. As the Blues on the penalty kill are going to clear it down to the other end of the ice. We've got 8 minutes left on this penalty, which I'm going to assume is an error, unless that was a 10-minute major. Yep, we've got the Blues stepping back onto the ice, and we've got even strength, 5-on-5 hockey here. Knights taking it from their defensive zone. Blues play with the back to the puck and can't quite pressure the puck carrier into the Knights zone, but the Blues have got time. Pushes it. Oh, good exit from the defensive zone there. Knights are going to walk it in with a bit of time. Shot from the right side, steered clear by Damon. Thrown towards the slot. Jason couldn't quite get his stick down, so it's going to come out of their offensive zone, and now they've got time to regroup. And let's see how they go this second time. Soft pass up there, but we've got Rachel Restovsky. Tries to walk it in. Again, good defensive play by the Blues. They've got their good positioning coming up in this second period. Rachel's going to try and walk it in from the left wing. The Blues are hassling her. Good pass towards the slot, but again, trapped by the Blues player, and now they're going to walk it up to the other side of the ice. 91 for the Blues. That was Brandon Wiggins with a good play. And then that was a quick shot onto ice, which I don't believe Dan Fryer was expecting, but I think he got down in time. Again, another one of those cautionary looks back into the net, but nope, he had the save there. Good work. Way to drop.
It was one of those tentative 5-hole squeezes where you just kind of try to stand up instead of moving backwards to make sure it falls forward. But a good save on a good shot.
Yep, and the Blues were rewarded with a face-off in their offensive zone. Knights have a few face-off wins this game, though. Bit of a win by the Blues, but tried to shoot it towards the net. Puck reflects or deflects off the referee. Shot towards goal. Oh, again, another open 5-hole save. Late whistle because no one can see the puck.
Hitting in his left leg pad, right leg pad.
All right, he'll take that. Another save for Dan Fry there.
If it's in the equipment, it's not in the net.
That's right, that's right. All right, puck drops, goes towards the boards. Point man for the Blues throws it in, falls over in the process, and now Jason Weimer says, I'm going to take it up. Almost gets it caught between his skates, but quickly throws it in front of him. He's taking it towards the center. He's got players on both sides. Throws it into the net. Oh, good shot there to the left, and kept it low, kept it quick, saw his gap and went for it, and we've got another goal for the Knights there.
It was a 3-on-1 chance. He had two options for him. The D-man looked for the pass, so he took the shot and buried it.
Yep,
that's 2 goals for Jason Wimmer today.
Wow.
One more, and I'll throw my hat for him.
And I got a beanie up here, so I'll try and get it on the ice as well. But
I don't know I'll make it that far, but I'll try.
We've got 5-1 to the Knights now. They have been looking good today. The Blues, again, with a few solid plays, but Dan Fry has been very solid in net. We're going to have it called back to center ice here.
We had a bad drop.
Yep. Both sticks on the ice, and we've got a good drop. A win by the face to the Knights. Face off back to their defensive zone. Throws it across to his defensive partner in Etnai. Etnai's got time here. Throws it forward to one of two Knights in the left. The Blues pinch a little, and the puck is going to kind of trickle out to the neutral zone, and a convenient fall there. He fell in front of the Blues player who would have been all on his own.
Almost drew a tripping penalty there.
That's right. We've got Larry Hippen for the Blues coming up on the left. And then we've got the clear by Mather, and that's going to roll all the way around. They see a glove on the ice that the puck kind of deflects off as well. And that Blues player was picking up the glove and couldn't quite collect the pass. So the Knights are going to throw it towards McKee. McKee gets a deflection, and Jeff Duncan, the veteran, clears it out of his defensive zone. And now the Blues are looking good on the rush. They're coming in from the left, but there's no passing assistance yet, so that he waits and throws it around the boards. We've got number 4 for the Blues and Cody Clark, who throws it around the boards again. They're keeping it deep, though, and that's good pressure there. But we've got 3 Knights in front of the net. And as a result,
he played it, so we don't have icing.
We have no icing. It looked like it was very close to the post, and he was probably pretty sure it was going to go for icing, but didn't quite want to risk it hitting the post and going into the goal. And the Blues are going to clear it regardless, so never mind. Got number 19 for the Blues and Jack Brachetto, who's walking it up. He comes up the left. He's wide. Oh, throw out the pad save from Dan Fry. Good work. He tried to throw it around him against the grain, and Dan said, oh, yep, I can throw my leg out there and get a save. Back into the Blues defensive zone. McKee hassling Duncan and gives him a bit of a shove for his troubles. And now we've got Zach Brachetto, who's again taking it up the left side. He's had a few good runs there offensively. Here we go. Jason Weimer, he's got 2 goals. Does he want 3? He's got all the time. And he's got another goal. Falls over the goalie in the process. Does a snow angel on the ice. That's a hat trick. And we promised to throw our hats, so this isn't going to be on the camera, but I'm going to throw mine. Maybe it was.
There you go.
Hats everywhere, as we've got the hat trick. Not even into the 3rd period yet for Jason Weimer. For those of you watching at home, we've got a rule in this league. Upon the hat trick, you're unable to score again. I believe it's a penalty if you do score again. So the Blues are going to be aware of that. They're not going to be hassling Weimer as much, but just because he can't score doesn't mean he can't pass it and get a point there.
God, he's taken over this game at this point, so I expect him to keep carrying it in and just finding a teammate to put another shot on goal.
Yep. As here he comes, and he's going to come in. The Knights are going to have to hustle. Rachel Rosevsky is there. Oh, good pass across. She almost collected it as well. She did get the pass, and then it's thrown towards the net. Rachel with a shot. And I think we had a stick save, a sprawling stick save from Damel Ponsolan, and they're pointing. They're congratulating one another on effort or a goal here. Looks like on effort, but that was a good effort.
That was a great sprawling save. He was able to stop 2 shots on his chest. Ooh. So sometimes you just got to have a little bit of luck.
Yep, and then we've got Rachel Rosevsky. She's getting into the game here because she had that initial shot which went just wide, but then she followed it up by getting it in there and a sprawling stick save.
And Jason, I do want to thank you. Our heads are both very cold up here now.
Yep, not okay. All right, the Blues in front of their own net. Karam's off the boards, and that it turns out to be a very good pass. We've got number 13 in Reed Jensen for the Blues. Loses it, though, and we've got 2 Knights who say, yep, I'm going to take a hold of that. But he follows it up again, throws it towards the slot. Mather tries to backhand clear it, can't get a hold of it. And the Knights are going to take it out of their defensive zone, but the Blues are going to cut them off. And we've got a bit of a jostle around neutral ice. 4 people like a ping pong ball there. That was Mather. Tangled up, and then the Knights are going to take it forward again. Number 17 for the Knights here, and Nick Reynolds takes it around the back of the net one-handed. He looks up for the pass, throws it towards the slot. Ooh. Kept in by the Knights, thrown towards net. It's going to come back to Simon Fortney.
Very active sticks again on the defenseman for the Knights.
That's
keeping
right.
That puck in the zone.
All right, number 53 for the Nets, we've got Michael Stonebury, and he throws it in. It's going to hit around the corner boards there. Knights have got it behind the net here, though. Nick Reynolds throws it towards the slot. Oh!
Dangerous pass there.
Yep. And the Blues say, look, I've had enough of that. I'm not enjoying that, so they're going to throw it away.
They needed that there. They needed a breath, so...
Yep.
Going to get a fresh change of lines here, and hopefully they can get it out of the zone because the Knights have absolutely owned this period.
Yep, I mean, it's worth pointing out the score. 6-1 to the Knights. I don't know how many goals they have for the season, but...
6.
Well,
actually, it was 9. I believe they have 9. No, I'm sorry. They have 6 goals on the year. So
not anymore.
They have doubled their amount.
Yep, they're going to feel good about that. And here they've got a face-off in their offensive zone. They've got another chance. That was a very calm, collected pass back to the pointman. Throws it towards the net, deflected off the Blues player. Unfortunately, I believe that was Jeff Duncan. Had the right idea trying to block the shot, but that's a goal.
That is a good goal by Michael Stenbrom, taking over his goal lead from Jason Wemmer, who tied him up in this game.
Well, he's going to take it back, and that was a great play. He just looked up and he goes, you know what, there are bodies in front of the net. I'm just going to throw it along and hope for a deflection, and that's exactly what he got. Damon Poncelin, he had the positioning there, but there's not much you can do about a late deflection, particularly, unfortunately, from your own player. 7-1 to the Knights now.
And they are owning the shot sheet at this point.
Yep, and they're going to collect it. They may even just ice it along because there's 3 seconds left in the period. 2, 1, and 0. Oof, a period the Blues are going to want to forget, and the Knights are given stick taps along the board. That was an all-team effort. Yes, we've got Jason Weimer with the 3 goals, but everyone's pulling their weight. Everyone's hustling with the intensity. They've got the positioning. They've had a few good stick plays as well. Whew. For a moment there, it was a very close intensity game, but the Knights have pulled away in the end there.
I say the end of the first, the Blues were able to get that rush down there, get that goal. We felt that it completely changed the momentum, but the Knights just took all hope away.
Yep. And in games like this, it's easy to overlook the work that your goalie is doing, but Dan Fry is having a great game. There's been a few, as you said, one-on-ones or even breakaways from the Blues players, and they haven't quite capitalized on that because of Dan Fry's excellent goalkeeping.
When you've got a 5-goal cushion, you can get a little bit more gutsy. You can play a little bit further out of the net, try to work on your angles. So I think it's going to benefit all of them to be able to work on their passing, keeping possession. Look to see them just to try to work to run the clock here at this point.
Yep, and having said that, we've got 18 minutes left, and 18 minutes is plenty of time in any hockey game. That's what the Blues are going to be saying on the bench. That's what Tammy, the coach, is going to be saying. You know, we got time. Let's get some back. Let's shorten that gap.
Yeah, so let's again, got to thank our sponsors. First of all, Keg Stand, the original, I dare call the OG sponsor of the D-League Radio.
Yep.
They're over at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines. They've got 90 beers on tap. They change it up every week. Complete listing of beers online and a full menu for the best food in town.
Yep, and we've also got So Cherry Screen Printing and Sewing, who I believe have provided the outfits for today's game, in addition to custom jerseys for some other teams in the league.
And if you just want one for sitting at home, give them a call.
Yep, even if you've got a weird, maybe even slightly embarrassing suggestion for a jersey, just call them up, no shame. As we said, they can do the one. And then we've got Red Dragon Herbs, who've been sponsoring D-League Radio as well.
And I know it's cold out there, so you won't see them at Farmers Market anymore as those close out, but check them out at reddragonherbs.net.
And we may have just had another somewhat of a wraparound from Mather. The Knights they've been very good behind the net today. Knights have got a bit of time, pressured there by the Blues player, Jeff Duncan. And then Rachel Rusevsky, she's trying to clear it out. Blues dump it back in, but they're across the red line, so there'll be no icing. Jason McIntosh he's got a very good pass along the side there, and I believe that's Rich Harms coming up along the right wing. Couldn't quite get to the puck in time, but he's going to have another opportunity here. Reels it in. He's got 2 Blaze players corralling him. A bit of a jostle there, and then Rachel comes away with a good clear there. Throws it towards the net, goes wide, steered away by Damon Poncelin. He's got another save there, or something close to it at least. The Blues are going to try and put it along the boards, but I think we've got Rich Harms who doesn't quite get to it. Blues throw it towards center ice. Etnai can't quite get it, and now he's going to have to hustle because we've got 2 Blues players coming in. He's on his own. He pulls a backhand, and oh my goodness, Dan Fry comes out, kicks it away, becomes a very big goalie and shuts down that shot. What a save. I don't know what's happened there as it's thrown on net again.
Called out Zach's bluff again and skated at him during that shot.
Yeah. Oh, throws it towards the net. We almost had a backhand attempt from Jeff Duncan, thrown again towards the net, deflects, but deflects wide of the net. Blues throw it between their legs towards the net, and Rachel's going to say, nope, we're clearing this. We're not quite icing it, but we're clearing it. The Knights will change the Blues will reconvene in their defensive zone and say, let's do that again, but get it in the net this time. That was a good set of plays by them, but a very good save by Dan Fry. As the Knights are going to bring it in onside, we've got number 17 for the Knights, who's going to take it behind the net. We've got 2 Knights players in the slot here. Walks it in. Still wide. Blues are keeping them behind the net, which is all well and good, but eventually it's going to come forward. And now the Blues are going to have time to clear here. Oh, that's a dangerous pass to the center. Dangerous pass and a save, and it's a goal, but oh goodness. It's one of those 50-50 ones where it may have been in the glove. It may have been a good whistle.
He had possession for just a second.
And they're going to call him for, rough goaltender interference, something along those lines. He's saying, we've got Ryan Kelleher, the ref, saying, look, you can't just hack away willy-nilly at the glove, but he's probably arguing his case, is Mather, saying, was the whistle blown yet, though? I'm just going for the goal. And they're going to end on good terms, but the Knights are going to go to their specialty this evening, which is the penalty kill.
I look for a couple shorthanded here.
Yep. Ooh. And Coach Reichart is saying, yep, can you give me a bit of clarification? And yeah, it would be my guess Kelleher saying you can't whack at the glove after the whistle, but there was a very short gap between the whistle and the whack towards the glove.
Yeah, I say the goaltender had a couple chances to cover it, couldn't quite get position. So I know I would have had my stick in there.
Yep, but, and you'll take that chance. And I mean, if the whistle hadn't have been blown, any other day, maybe it's gone into the net. It's one of those 50-50 calls.
But that's why he's wearing the stripes and we're not. It's his call, so
that's
he's sticking with it.
And we probably got Kelleher listening to this later on, and he's looking at his rule book and going, he's like, nope, I'm in the right. I know what's up. Yeah, as I said, it's probably something to do with a bit of a dangerous play around the goal.
We got to go down and find the puck first, though.
Yep, that's important. And where was it? It was in the back of the net, because, again, that could have just as easily been a goal.
Yeah, you called it there. The Knights, again, applying that pressure, trying to just not give these Blues any chance to get back in this game, but that penalty may give them a shot.
Yep, and here we go. We got a puck drop. Hard shot, or maybe it was a keep. It goes back towards the defensive zone. The Knights are going to have a bit of time here. You may as well hold on to it. You're on the kill. Get ready to dump it. No one's coming at him. Skater behind the net. Nope. Pass over to the Knights player. Even better. Jason Weimer says, I want 4 goals. Wait, no, I don't. I'm going to pass it. As he skates it up from the defensive zone. Risky play. Oh, okay, not quite offside. And Jason Weimer says, I'm going to try that again, but maybe with a bit less of a stick handling move. Comes up the boards. He's still got a hold of the puck. We hear McKee shouting, you can't score! And a good pass. He's not trying to score. That is an ideal pass that couldn't quite be kept, and good defensive pressure there by Blues number 15, Steve Berdovic. We've got Jason Weimer again, throws it towards the center. Oh, falls over, but throws it towards the net, blocked by one of the 3 Blues players around the puck. And again, the Knights are on the penalty kill here, but they've got all of it. They are looking very good on this play here. Jason Weimer's going to have time if he throws it towards the front of the net. Good pass, good pass. What do we have here? Deflected off 2 or 3 sticks and didn't quite go in the net there, Scott.
No, it was a good effort on the short-handed attempt again. But Damon bailed him out again.
Yeah, and I mean, we joke about them looking pretty good on the penalty kill, but they look very good on this kill again.
And I will update you, we had a unsportsmanlike conduct call, so I'm assuming it's for jabbing his stick in there at the whistle. So it was close. You could argue it both ways, but the right call was made. Yeah,
and that's fair enough, because as a referee, you want to steer clear of that kind of stuff entirely. You want to stamp it out when you can. So we've got a bit of a puck battle again towards the Knights' offensive zone as they're on the kill with 10 seconds left. Is that going to be an icing call? Yes, it is, and that'll be the rest of the penalty with Mather to jump out as soon as the puck is dropped. So we've got 3 for 3, I believe, with the penalty kills for the Knights, 2 of which came with goals as well. So that unit, and I don't even think it's a unit, I think it's the whole team, has been particularly good on the penalty kill.
They're +2 on the penalty kill tonight.
Yeah, you'll feel good about that. As they're feeling good about this game in general, I'm sure. Is it 6-1 or 7-1?
We have 7-1.
Yep, so the board in real life is a bit behind, but online we've got the real deal, 7-1 to the Knights. And the Blues are going to try and make something happen. They're going to walk it in. They've almost had a pass across, but we had 2 Knights players break it up. The Blues are going to shovel it towards the other side of the ice in their offensive zone, and now they're going to throw it again forward, and it's unfortunately going to clear the blue zone for them. We've got Brandon Wiggins, who's got a bit of time here. Walks it up along the boards. Continues to walk it in. Throws it towards the ice. Oh, that was a high, awkward shot on the padding there. And then again, he throws it towards the net. Goalie needs to cover, and his defensemen say, that's okay, we'll get it out of there for you. Good save, but that rebound was juicy for a moment. Whoa, my goodness.
We almost had our first own goal of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you've probably seen it on the air, folks, but wow, tries to wrap it around the net, and oof.
It surprised me too, to be honest with you. I didn't know the puck was going there.
And somehow the Blues are going to come away with what's close to a breakaway. The Knights are skating hard to cut it off, though. Oh, another good kick out and save by Dan Fry. He's looking very good with that kick save. Blues are going to walk it in, though. Oh. Thrown towards the net, behind the net, thrown onto the net. No cover again. The puck kind of just sits there. Backhanded thrown towards the slot from a Blues player in Brandon Wiggins. It's still in.
Here is the fire that the Blues have needed all game. They've got about 5 shots on this opportunity.
Yep. And unfortunately, going the other way we got the Knights, is that Steinbroom? Oh, and I don't know if you can call it a trip if everyone kind of falls into one another and they don't call it a trip, but he was brought down by a Blues player who was brought down by the slippery ice. Blues are going to look to clear here. Knights attempt the keep, and that's going to come clear. We've got a 1-on-0 breakaway. Etnai is coming back, hopefully to clear up the rebound. Do we have a goal? No, we don't have a goal. We've got another save from Dan Fry, and I've had that statement about 5 times today. Do we have a goal? Nope, Dan's just hiding under his pads again.
His 5-hole has been very successful tonight. He has not been beat there yet, so very, very strong with putting the legs together.
Yeah, and it's early to be talking about the player of the match, but Jason Weimer, 3 goals and some good movement, but Dan Fry has been on fire today. He has looked very good.
Yeah, especially this period. He's gotten a lot of shots thrown at him, and he hasn't wavered yet.
Okay. Oh, back towards the net, but we've got the Knights with the puck. Oh, risky dangle there, but they're going to have time, and they've got men open if they look up. His head is up. He throws it. And unfortunately, the Knights kind of got cut in there, so the Blues are going to clear it to the other end, and we're going to have an icing. We are going to have an icing.
And the Blues have really been aggressive this period, but they're still just shadowed by just a couple mistakes that keep taking them back out of that momentum.
Yeah.
They probably had 5 shots on that last rush, a couple good saves by Dan Fry down there, and it seems to just completely shut their momentum off again.
That's right. 7-1 with 8 minutes left. So we're getting into goal-a-minute territory as it comes out and is thrown towards the net. We've had a good save there. Blocker side, I believe, sprawled out. And it's going to come right back in. Doesn't send it. Throws it towards. Bit of a deflection there by a Knights player in Nick Reynolds. And another save. Oh, throws it on net. Sprawled out goalie there.
Simon Fortney hasn't been on the score sheet yet, but I think he's had 4 really, really good chances here. He's been stopped by Damon.
I would agree with that.
I think he's due. Feed him.
And I think I just need to give a shout out to the Knights as a whole. They've had a lot less offsides today than they've had for the rest of the season. So they're getting a hold of that as well. Oh, an awkward save there. He's half in his net, but he keeps it in front of him, and that's all that matters.
I don't know how many times I've seen a centerman win the faceoff and then put a shot on net, but Brian pulled it off there.
Yep, and Coach Reichart hates that. I can guarantee that. He likes when they win it back to their defenseman and control the puck, but it works enough that you can tell the coach, I told you so. And that looked like a genuine chance thrown towards the slot. Can't quite connect with the one-timer, can the Knights players. So the Blues are going to clear it. The stickers, clear. And we got the Blues captain skating it up here. Bit of an awkward bounce off the board. Dan Fry goes towards it but doesn't handle it. Jason Weimer says, I'm playing defense now. I've scored too many goals. And he tries to clear the zone. And that's going to come right back in. The Blues keep there. and then can't quite keep on the backhand as the defenseman falls over, and we've got the Knights player, Nick Reynolds, I believe, walks in, shoots. Oh, and he's got a goal. Oh, good shot.
Just in one game, they have taken their and more than doubled their goals of the year. It's been a fantastic effort by the Knights here tonight, just pouring it in on the Blues.
And it's just, I mean, you got to say, it's just coming together.
And it all came off of just a clearing attempt. He just tried to clear the zone, poor sticks by the Blues, and Mr. Reynolds just takes it to the net.
Yep, and I mean, when you're playing defense in your offensive zone, those keeps are nice, but what's even better is being back for those breakaways, so that's unfortunate. But there's been a bit of bad puck luck for the Blues, and that may be another example as the Knights have a bit of good puck luck and it shuffles towards, and then we've got a blocked shot from Jason McIntosh. Another blocked shot.
He's had several tonight. His name's come up several times on that block.
We've got McKee who walks it in, tries to walk it past and cannot, so it goes back into the zone, and they're going to clear it as Jeff Duncan pressures the puck carrier. We've got some very slow skating towards the puck, but they're going to leave it as an icing. And it's going to come all the way back.
You know what surprised me the most about after seeing several Knights games is just that although they haven't won a game yet, they look like they've been in position most of the season.
Yep.
And it's really pouring it on. So this should really help their confidence in coming games. And I'd be worried about the next future opponents after they've got all these goals in the net.
That's right. As the puck is thrown around a bit, there's a keep by the Blues in Wiggins, and then it ping-pongs forward, and then good defensive play by Etnier. Wow, the puck was really in a good spot there, and the Knights are trying to clear it forward again as McKee is on the other side, can't quite get into the offensive zone. The Blues are going to take it back. Puck handles around. We've got two good Knights defensive players there. Another shot, another block, another deflection, and a lazy throw out, which is probably going to go all the way down for icing unless it sits up, and it does sit up. McKee comes in behind the net. Body on body to the Blues, to the Knight player.
You know, Taylor McKee may not have had a lot of chances to score, but her effort on trying to cancel out these icings has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I think she's had two today where she's really chased down the icing and couldn't quite bring it in, and we're going to have a Blues breakaway here. Etnier is going to probably cut off the rebound in the pass, throws it around, gets the open angle, opens up the goalie, and unfortunately can't get it on net. Dan Fry gets back in net as Etnier says, yeah, don't do that again, no thank you. But the Blues are going to keep it in. They're wanting a goal here. They've got some good pressure building in the corner. Throwing it towards the slot, goes for the backhand towards net and can't quite get it in, can Duncan. Brandon Wiggins throws it on net, and unfortunately, that 5-hole is wide shut again.
That was a reactionary glove save.
Oh, okay.
It just kind of flopped his hand out there and it hit him.
Ooh.
Not sure he knew that shot was coming from that angle.
No, and they can catch the goalies off sides as the Blues are going to try and walk it in again. They want another goal. They need that for the morale. And honestly, they probably deserve another goal with a few of the plays they've had, but that back drop pass does not go to a Blues player. The Knights are going to carry it. It's going to be close to offsides, but is not offsides. Pass towards the center of the ice. Good pass. We've got 3 players falling over, 2 Blues players staying down. Mathers gets up, and he wants this goal. Oh. And Mathers wants to get another penalty for unsportsmanlike contact, which I'm joking. He's in front of the net and he's hacking at the puck. That's fair game.
He wants that goal. He hasn't. He's only got one. He's got 2 members on his team that have got at least one more than him. So he's competitive. He's trying to take that goal lead. So I don't blame him. He's just trying to get some confidence.
And good awareness there. The puck was kind of up in the air. Rather than waiting for it to come down, he tried to catch it and put it down. He did catch it and put it down, and then couldn't quite get it past the pad. So that's a good save by Damon Punsalan. As the Blues win the face-off in their defensive zone, try to throw it forwards, but that's going to be a keep by the Knights, and it is a keep by the Knights. Walks it in, throws it towards the center of the ice. I believe that's Jason Weimer, which is why he couldn't shoot, and he's got to kind of softly throw it towards the slot instead of shooting.
I think he's trying to score and bank it off his own players at this point. Looks like it's just thrown it. He threw it at Brian, hit off Brian, almost worked as a shot on goal for Brian.
Right. We've got 1 minute 40 left in the period. This gap isn't going to be eliminated. It could be shortened, it could be extended. We'll see what will happen as the face-off is kind of jostled around. kept by Weimar. He knows he can't shoot, so he passes it into the corner. Blues are going to get control of the puck there. Ooh, dangerous pass towards the slot there, and then they're going to throw it back into the corner. Shoot it around the net. Hustle from the Knights defensive player, almost with the keep. Even though they do not have the keep, Tom Madrovas is going to just walk it in. He's got some time. 91, Simon Fortney. He's again looking good as he throws it towards the net on the backhand. Doesn't quite get on goal. And the Blues are going to have time to clear in the final minute of today's game. Oh, and that's thrown towards the slot. Dangerous pass and a shot there from, was that Fortney?
It was Simon again with another shot right in front of the net. He's going straight to the slot, getting the puck. He just hasn't had a chance to convert yet.
Yeah, and we've got Jason Weimer clearing up in defense here because, I mean, why not? And he's going to walk it in. We know he cannot shoot, so he's going to pass it. Backhand pass. Good one-timer almost. I don't think he had time to collect that, and he threw it towards the net, and we've got a save.
Another chance for Simon Fortney.
Oh, was that Simon Fortney?
It was Simon. He got a stick on it. He had both him and Brian Mather there, and Simon took the shot.
He's too accurate in his shots. He's got to pick a pocket now. And the clock it's almost going to run out on this face-off. The Knights are a bit slow in getting out. We're going to have 8 seconds left. Win towards the slot. Blues are going to clear it. Oh, again, we've got a backhand opportunity. Backhand thrown towards the net. Save by Damon Punsalan. Bit of a consolation save at the end there, and that'll be the game. 8-1 to the Knights. And wow, I'm not even sure what to say at this stage.
You know, Damon, although he did have a lot of goals scored against him, he made a lot of really good saves. So don't get too down on yourself. You played a pretty good game.
That's right. And if we're watching this on camera, the Knights players, they're all heading towards their goalie and saying, man, great work today. The team as a whole had a good game. The Blues, don't get me wrong, they had a good game as well, but the Knights just seemed to sink those shots when they had the chance from all angles.
Yeah, it was 18 saves for Dan Fry with 1 goal in. And, you know, Damon still, he still stopped 22 shots. So, I'm sorry, 23 shots.
Oh.
We had shots 30-19.
Yep, so, I mean, there's only so much you can do as a goalie. Both goalies, we do have to say, had good games, but the Knights offensive men, they look good today, the Knights forwards.
And, you know, we both lost our hats thanks to Jason Wemmer. So
that's right.
Thanks, Jason, if our hair looks a little out of place.
Yeah, I don't know if it's ready for cameras, but we'll find out. And
you know, it was another great CIDL game. They all showed a lot more confidence than they've had in the beginning of the season. A lot better passing, a lot better awareness. The Knights finally get that win that they've been searching for.
Yep.
And I was pretty impressed. They found what was working and they stuck with it.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I would like to acknowledge the Blues. It's one of those games where you have a pretty good game, you have some good passing plays, but it just seems like every time you throw it without quite looking up, it happens to go to a Knights player who happens to score on a breakaway. So, wow, it's a tough game. They're going to talk in the locker room about things they could improve, and the Knights are going to talk in the locker room about, can we do that again next week, please? You
know, the Blues had a lot of chances with breakaways. I think they had 2 or 3 that aggressive Dan Fry just shut him down. He comes out at you, makes you make a move, and he's called their bluff every time. So hats off to the Blues for their effort, but a great win by the Knights.
That's right, that's right.
Lastly, you know, obviously we wanted to thank, again, for another game, but sponsors here again, Red Dragon Herbs, their loose leaf tea company. They're available online at this point as the farmers markets have wrapped up, but it's reddragonherbs.net. They've got lots of blends, great for gifts as the holidays are coming up.
Yep, and I mean, my wife and I have a bag of their tea at home as well, and I mean, it's a good time.
I have a communal drawer at work, and it's just loose leaf tea, so it's great for the cold.
That's great. We'd also like to thank So Cherry Screen Printing and Sewing, again, doing the works with the jerseys for today's game and also for the entirety of the league, and a few of the alternate strips as well. They're an affordable place, but they're also a place that's very willing to work with you. You know, you don't have to put in a cookie cutter order. You can say, hey, I would like 1. Hey, I would like 50. It's really up to you. So if you're considering getting a jersey or a custom jersey, or even just getting a name on the back of a jersey, they're worth talking to.
And they've got a lot of different styles. You know, you can do the layered on type jersey where different layers. You can even do almost a screen print style look. So they can find any budget, fit any order that you need.
Yep.
And then lastly, Keg Stand, the official home of D-League Radio. Food specials all day, Monday through Friday. I love their wings. You can tell I love their wings. 90 beers on tap with new tappings every week. One thing we don't have on this list is they always have that mystery dollar beer, which is always a good guess.
Right. And I mean, I honestly enjoy their food a lot there. Like, we say a full menu with some of the best food in town, and we're not lying. I've had wraps, I've had wings, I've had burgers, I've had
great pizza too.
pizzas, yeah, like some sort of crab rangoon pizza or something
Yeah,
along those lines.
chili
like,
dog pizza's pretty good too.
Yep,
So
yep,
always a
yep.
great spot.
And a good time as well, a chill atmosphere. So if you haven't been out there before, it's worth making a trip out. And if you have been there before, why not go again?
Absolutely. You know, we've had a lot of fun today. We had a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Anything that stuck out to you at all?
I mean, I'm a bit biased in that my wife plays for the Knights, but they really needed a win, not having one for the season. This is their first win for the season. I'm not sure if we've mentioned that. And they brought it all together today, and it was good to see. And, you know, we want everyone to have a nice time out there. And, yeah, you can have a nice time by talking and hanging out, but often the nicest time is when you're winning.
You know, and they played very well.
Yeah.
They shot well. They were very well positioning-wise. For the first half of the game, the Blues couldn't even get across the blue line. So great work by them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's all I've got for today. Are you ready to wrap up?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Yep, so, I mean, my name is Scott Van Dort, and this is Scott Crowther with 515 Hockey. Thanks for joining me today. I had
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Yep. All right, thank you.